All right. So today we're talking about the frequency of your domicile. That meaning that your home might be part of your soul family. Have you ever considered this before? This just popped into my orbit. And let me tell you why. Welcome to Howling at the Moon with the Canine Guides, a riveting and provocative discussion about obscure things and dogs. Heather Lee Strom goes into more detail around channeled messages from these canine spirit guides, relating them directly to our everyday life. So, I stumbled upon this because right now I'm getting ready to leave a home I've had for 22 years. Now, for some of you, that's not a big deal. For me, this is highly unusual. My entire life, up until the point at which I moved into this house, I have moved every 4 years or less my entire life. And I am not a military brat. That's highly unusual and it's highly irregular. And it doesn't really foster a rooted sense of connection with community or family or any sense of security for a child. So this pattern continued way into my adulthood. And when we found this house, everything changed. So let me set the stage for you because when I tuned into this house, I really started to see the big picture. And I never considered before that a home could be part of my soul family. So let me lay a few things out for you, set the stage, so to speak. We've been in this house 22 years now. We bought this house in 2002. And when we were looking for this house, I initially didn't even want to look at this house. It didn't meet my initial criteria. It had a swimming pool, which instantly knocked it off my list. It had one of those above ground swimming pools, which the sellers really thought was going to enhance the property value. And for me, it absolutely had the opposite effect. It repelled me. I did not want a pool to take care of, and it was an above ground pool, so it was really unsightly, and it just was not something I was interested in. So I had checked it off my list. However, the real estate agent brought us to see this house. And at first I didn't want to go in because from the front, it just looks like a shack. So I was like, "Oh, this is just gonna be a waste of time. Okay, I'll go in and look at it just to prove that I was right and I didn't need to see it." So when we enter this house, it's like it just gave me a big hug on the inside. Once I stepped through the front door, it felt like home. Every room I walked into gave me a bigger and bigger and bigger, warm, fuzzy feeling. Every corner I turned around, and this house was a lot bigger than it looked from the outside. And even better was the back of the house, the backyard. There's a little bit over an acre in the back, but it looks like 5 acres. It just is huge. And it's very quiet back here. It's like being in a my own private park, my own private sanctuary, lots and lots of trees. But my point is that this house was calling to me. It had been on the market for a while. No one had wanted it, but it was waiting for me. Everything had to happen just right for me to find my way into the front door. And as I look back on our lives here at this house, a lot of amazing things have happened. Early on, after we moved in, there were quite a few tornadoes that came through the area. Not a single one hit us. They all went around us. And there was even one particular tornado that split into two, and each part of it went on either side of us. Now we've lost a few trees through the years, but we still have the biggest trees, and there are a lot of mature trees on this property. And as I began to come out of my cocoon and connect with Mother Nature, and especially to connect with the trees, I was very thankful to have them around because they just felt like they cradled me. And there was something else really particular about this, or interesting about this house, because when we moved into this house, we had no idea how our life was going to transpire over the next 20 years. But it was almost as if this house knew, because it had everything for us that we needed. It had a three-car garage that, surprisingly, the third bay had an exceedingly tall garage door. Like, there are very few vehicles on the road that would need a door to be that tall, except I did end up buying my van for my dog business that was 7 feet tall. And then later, we bought the, F-250 to haul around the RV, and it needed an extra large garage door to get it in the garage. So it's like the house kinda knew what we were gonna need. And we had plenty of space for all the dogs that were gonna come into my life, and that was probably the most important part of it. But as I looked back, because now I'm thinking for the first time of leaving this house, and as I looked back at what it had shared with me, I really began to understand on a soul level that this house, number 1, had called to me, and number 2, had really cradled me and protected me and looked after me and silently been my partner this whole time. And it had never occurred to me that this was a partnership. This was a soulmate. This house was my soulmate. And all of these wonderful memories came flooding in of all the times the house looked after me. This house has been an incredible experience. I feel so safe and so protected in this house, like nothing will ever happen to me. And we've had some trying times in this house. We've had to take care of this house too. So it's gone both ways. And it's been like a marriage, like a relationship, to be a relationship that I'm in with my house. I mean, it's hard to explain, but until this very moment, it never occurred to me that my house could be my soulmate. So as this was coming in, channeling in while I was on my bicycle this morning, I thought I really need to share this with humanity. It's really important that we understand that there are no accidents in our lives and how deeply connected everything is, not just people with animals, not just people with trees and with Mother Earth and Mother Nature, but even really obscure, inanimate things. A rock can have a significant connection to you. So it's going to be really hard for me to leave this house. But the one thing that brings me comfort is that the house was looking for me as much as I was looking for the house, and it waited for me. So, what that tells me is now, as I go forward in my life and I look for a new house, all I have to do is tune into that frequency and remember this feeling, and I will find my new house, my new soulmate. And then another thought occurs, because usually we don't want to leave our soulmates, right? Oh, she's telling me it's a soulmate, but aren't soulmates supposed to be together forever? Well, that's a human belief. And the house has been telling me that it's time for me to go. So it's not just that I feel like I need to move on at this point in my life, but I'm feeling a push from the house. Like the house is kicking me out, sort of gently and lovingly, but it's bidding me farewell and it's sending me on my way knowing that I'm ready. The house, it sounds weird, but the house is telling me, "You're ready, honey. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to spread your wings and find your way and move on to bigger and better things." And that just warms my heart. Oh, it gives me a warm fuzzy. So if you've ever had this type of connection, and honestly, guys, I didn't know I had this kind of connection with my house until just now. I mean, I just kind of took it for granted, like if it ever made me upset, I would just sell it. But deep down in my heart, before now, I didn't want to leave. And now I'm seeing not only is my heart looking for something different, but my house is telling me it's time for you to go. So because I can feel that, I just know that everything's ready. I know that the person who needs this house next is ready. I know that the house that I need next is ready. And I just go forward in my life and on my path, knowing that everything is set up for me, that I will be cared for, and that the next house I connect with will also be my soulmate. And it will be another beautiful, enriching, supportive, deeply connected relationship. Only this time I'll know about it beforehand, not when I get ready to leave. So, this is my blessing for you today. I hope that you can find your soulmate house or your home or your condo. It could be an RV, it could be a van, whatever it might be. Tune in to wherever you are living and ask, "Are you my soulmate or am I still searching?" And just tune in. See if that heart chord is there. See if that soul plug is there. And then enjoy your experience, enjoy your connection, enjoy what can happen between you and your soulmate when you really engage with each other. Okay. All right. So the canine spirit guides want to allow you, let's see, how do we put this? They want to provide you with an upgrade that will allow you to connect with your domicile soulmate a little bit easier, and it will be a little bit more obvious to you than it was for me. So we're going to download together a upgrade frequency that will help you to see this now, okay? Okay, so before we get to the energetic frequency for today's podcast, I want to be sure and share with those who don't know already that there is a free download on my webpage for a ebook called 6 Signs the Canine Guides Are Working Through Your Dog. So this is a nice little handbook you can download from my webpage, um, that will help you identify whether the canine guides are working with you through your own dog. So you just need to go to my website, which is heatherleestrom.com. Also, I want to let you know about my meditation mini course. If you like the download that we're about to do here in a couple seconds, then you will probably like the meditation mini course I offer on my website. It's a self-paced study program that includes channeled upgrades through meditation that will help you learn to meditate They will help you learn to expand your frequency and to tune in to your own higher self, Mother Nature, and the canine spirit guides. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my webpage and sign up for it at Meditation Mini Course. All right. And just remember that as we do this experience today, it's very much like a private um, healing session that I do. I call them the solo healing sessions with the canine guides. And if you like what you see here tonight, you might want to sign up for a healing session for yourself because these sessions are really very general and they're not specific to any one person because they are geared toward the general public and anyone who might watch it. So if you want some more specific information or some more specific healing for yourself, you can schedule an appointment on my webpage and get your own session. So it's called the single guide healing session. I call them solo sessions for short, and they're incredibly powerful. You get a bit of a reading at the beginning, and you find out which canine spirit guide wants to work with you. And then we go right into the healing session on the spot. So if you like what you see today, you might want to get your own healing from the canine spirit guides. Let's have everybody sit comfortably. We're going to do what the canine guides want to do now is to offer you a energetic upgrade that will allow you to see, identify, and also connect with your domicile and allow you to have this soulmate connection with your home, regardless of where it is. So they're going to download a frequency that allows us to do this. Are you guys ready? All right, so just close your eyes. If you wish to receive this frequency, just give a psychic yes to the canine guides. They're going to be offering it to us. Take a few deep breaths. And just know that this space is divinely protected. It is ring fenced so that only the frequencies of the highest vibration are allowed in and nothing else. And just connect with yourself. We're going to go inward as the canine guides grace us with their presence. Their energy is coming through already. As this upgrade comes in, I'm going to embody it and then send it out to you. So all I need you to do is to imagine a door or window about 12 inches above your head. This is your crown chakra. Imagine that window or door opening, or if you want, you can imagine a flower blooming. Just open it up, signifying your intention to receive this frequency from the canine spirit guides. Very good. That's it. Okay, keep breathing deeply. Concentrate on my voice. I will guide you through everything that I perceive. For those of you who cannot see it or feel it on your own, just follow my lead and imagine as I tell you so that you can begin to develop your own skills. Okay, they're just loading in this beautiful, soft, it's got a bit of weight to it though. This nice energy is coming in. I'm just going to absorb it all up. And then I'm going to share it from my heart chakra. It's going to come out like in a horn and broadcast to you. Everyone in the group and also anyone watching the recording will be receiving this frequency. And as it comes in, it just kind of tickles. You feel it like little sprinkles or raindrops that are coming down. And they could feel like sparkles. They might be multicolored for some people. You just feel them kind of raining down around you. Kind of a magical feeling. You might feel like you want to giggle a little bit. I get a little silly. I'm feeling a little silly, happy, silly. As this frequency comes in, just breathe deeply, drink it in. This is the frequency of your domicile soulmate. This upgrade from the canine spirit guides will allow you to connect to your domicile soulmate. Take another deep breath in. And this frequency is going to settle in down around your heart. It's going to be, I'm seeing a ring around your heart. It's sort of like, oh, it's like a wedding ring. Yeah, it's like the wedding ring. It just kind of circles around your heart. It's not going to interfere with anything. It's just there so that when you do find that domicile soulmate, you're going to feel it in your heart. It's going to be like a boom, boom, boom. It's going to just reverberate into your heart chakra so that it will be more obvious to you. And then as you connect with that domicile, you'll be able to make that very distinctive, deeply felt heart connection with your domicile. Now, this does not mean that you'll be heartbroken if something happens to your domicile, because I just heard that. Someone is thinking that. So don't be afraid. This means that you will be able to share in a two-way street everything that you need, everything that you require, knowing that it will be provided. That's what this opening means. That's what this connection means. That's it. Trust, embrace, allow, accept, and just know that you will be cared for. This domicile will know everything your soul requires, and it will provide for you even when you don't know what you need. Just as my house did for me. That's right. Beautiful frequency. And you can tap into this at any time. If you're still searching for your domicile soulmate, tap into this energy as you look for it. If you're looking at the the sale ads, or if you're looking for an apartment or a condo or a townhouse, maybe a plot of land or an RV, a van, whatever you want to live in. And you can also use this frequency to figure out the location. What state is it in? What country is it in? You know, some of us are moving long distances away. You can pinpoint that location by tapping into this frequency. Just remember what this feels like so you can find it again, or you can go back to this recording. That's right. Okay, so now they're kind of packing it up, closing up that heart chakra, keeping it in for you. There you go. Okay. Now, we always want to close down that crown chakra. So do me a favor and just shut that door or the window or close the flower. We want to keep this new frequency upgrade within our energetic field. Embody it, embrace it. Very good. That's it. Take a couple deep breaths. And we want to project the frequency of gratitude from our heart chakra now. Just send that emotion of gratitude to the guides, the canine guides, your personal guides. And also, I want you to send that frequency to your domicile, whether you are now living in your domicile soulmate or if you're still searching. Project that frequency of gratitude. Very good. Okay, that was fantastic. I had no idea what to expect. That was a lot more than I expected, actually. So that's an incredible frequency. So, those of you who have not yet found your domicile soulmate, maybe you're wandering around like I was, like a gypsy. Maybe you don't have enough money to purchase your own. You can always find the connection. So, even if you don't own a place, it could be your domicile soulmate. And a soulmate doesn't have to stick around a long time. I've been in this house for 22 years. Some people have been in their home for 50 years. Some people move much more frequently, maybe every 10 years. So don't let that stop you. The duration does not determine the depth of the relationship. All right? So if you have any questions about this topic, if this is very exciting, I thought it was very exciting when I got the download. Pop me some comments in the chat so I can see them. I can engage with you. Check out the meditation mini course on my website. And if you enjoyed this healing journey, this downloaded frequency, then you will probably enjoy my solo healing sessions and my private healing sessions with the canine spirit guides. So be sure and schedule your own session on my website, heatherleestrong.com.